So we have previously finished with the competitive inhibition. Now we'll start to see the second part, that is the uncompetitive inhibition. So in this mechanism, the there is change in what? The second step. So first step was remain common for the all the three mechanism, that is E plus S giving ES complex, which will form the product P and enzyme is get regenerated. So this complex, that is enzyme substrate complex, that complex interacting with our inhibitor to give the complex which is what? ESI type of complex. So in previous case, that is competitive inhibition, we getting EI complex. Now in this uncompetitive mechanism, we are getting ESI complex. Okay, that is enzyme substrate and inhibitor complex. So this model will describe the case in which the inhibitor combining reversibly with the enzyme substrate complex after it get formed. So further it is assumed that this complex is so stable that it does not lead to the formation of the expected product. Okay, so overall we can say that due to the formation of this ESI type of complex, the product formation rate is get decrease. Okay, so we'll try to follow the same procedure that we have used for the Michaelis-Menten equation or the Lineweaver plot. Then for the competitive inhibition, okay, so first step was what? To find out the dissociation constant for the given enzyme substrate inhibitor complex. So how will you obtain that dissociation constant? We just use the equilibrium method. So this dissociation constant Ki is equals to what? This concentration of reactant, that is ES into I divided by ESI, or in term we can say that this concentration of ESI is equals to ES into I divided by Ki. Since this concentration of ES is intermediate and hence we need to apply the steady state approximation. So applying that steady state approximation on this, that is K1 into E into S minus K minus 1 into ES minus K2 into ES is equals to 0. Okay, so this is the steady state approximation for the enzyme substrate complex, but we know that this enzyme substrate complex is, or the free enzyme is what? The total enzyme, that is E0 minus enzyme substrate complex minus enzyme substrate inhibitor complex. So we just need to substitute that values in the given equation, that is substitute the value for E. Okay, so value of E is what? Here we just need to substitute the value for E, that is K1 into E0 into S minus K minus K1 into ES into S minus K1 into S into ESI. Okay, plus K minus 1 into S minus K2 into ES. Okay, now here ESI complex is there. Okay, just substitute the value for ESI from the equation number 1, that is ES into I divided by Ki. Okay, so we have just obtained the equation for this that simplification. Now just try to make the same term on the right hand side for the ES. Okay, so here ES is there, here ES is there, here and here. So try to bring that 4 terms on the right hand side so that overall equation changes to what? K1 into S plus K1 into upon Ki into I into S plus K minus 1 plus K2 into whole bracket into ES. Okay, so value of ES is what? This E0 into S, this K1 into E0 into S, then K1 into S, K1 into Ki upon I into S plus K1 into K minus 1 plus K2 upon K1. Okay, but next step with what we have performed, that we have just simply substituted or divided that whole equation by using K1, so that this K1 get cancelled from all the terms, and for this term we have represented new constant, that is Michaelis-Menten constant. Okay, Km. So overall we can see this in the equation, that E0 S S I S. Okay, so all of these terms, that is dissociation constant of Ki as well as Michaelis-Menten constant, all of these terms are known to us. So this equation can be used for the rate equation or the rate law that we are going to see. Okay, so the rate of product formation is depending upon what? R is equals to K2 into ES, which is equals to what? K2 into E0 into S divided by S plus I upon Ki into S plus Km. Okay, so the Lineweaver-Burke plot or the double reciprocal plot is the inverse of given rate law, that is 1 upon R is equals to S upon Vmax into S plus I into S upon Ki into Vmax into S plus Km upon Vmax into S. Okay, so overall we can see this SS get cancelled, this SS get cancelled. Okay, so 1 upon Vmax plus 1 upon Vmax into I upon Ki, this term. Okay, 1 upon Vmax into I upon Ki plus finally Km upon Vmax into 1 upon S. So here we see this 1 upon R is equals to Km upon Vmax into 1 by S plus 1 plus 1 upon I upon Ki into 1 upon Vmax. So if we compare this equation with the standard Lineweaver-Burke plot equation, there we see this the slope of given equation is same as that of the Michaelis-Menten mechanism, but the y-intercept of this overall reaction has been changed in the case of uncompetitive mechanism. Okay, so previously we are just having the y-intercept as what 1 upon Vmax, but in this case we are getting y-intercept as 1 plus I upon Ki upon into 1 upon Vmax. So overall we can say this y-intercept is changes as the concentration of inhibitor is changing, because this y-intercept is depending upon the inhibitor concentration. Okay, and the slope of this overall equation is constant, so the graph will be looks like this. Okay, having the constant slope and y-intercept changes with the change in concentration of inhibitor. Okay, so this is the uncompetitive mechanism. Okay, now we have just left with the only non-competitive mechanism. Okay, so we'll try to see this non-competitive mechanism in the next lecture. Okay.